Pilate said to them,
"Behold the man."
When the chief priests and the guards saw him, they cried out, Pilate said to them,
"Take him yourselves and crucify him. I find no guilt in him."
The Jews answered, Now when Pilate heard this statement, he became even more afraid, and went back into the praetorium and said to Jesus,
"Where are you from?"
Jesus did not answer him, so Pilate said to him,
"Do you not speak to me? Do you not know that I have the power to release you, and the power to crucify you?"
Jesus answered,
You would have no power, no one will hold me unless it had been given from above. You would have no power over me unless it had been given from above. You would have no power, you would have no power, you would have no power over me unless it had been given from above. For this reason, the one who handed me over to you has the greater sin.
Consequently, Pilate tried to release him, but the Jews cried out, When Pilate heard these words, he brought Jesus out and seated him on the judge's bench, in the place called Stone Pavement, in Hebrew, Gabbatha. It was preparation day for Passover, and it was about noon. And he said to the Jews,
"Behold your king."
They cried out, Pilate said to them,
"Shall I crucify your king?"
The chief priests answered,
We have no king, no king, no king, no king but Caesar.
Then he handed him over to them to be crucified. So they took Jesus, and carrying the cross himself, he went out to what is called the place of the skull, in Hebrew, Golgotha. There they crucified him, and with him 2 others, one on either side, with Jesus in the middle. Pilate also had an inscription written and put on the cross. It read, "Jesus the Nazarene, the King of the Jews." Now many of the Jews read this inscription because the place where Jesus was crucified was near the city, and it was written in Hebrew, Latin, and Greek. So the chief priests of the Jews said to Pilate,
Do not cry the King of the Jews, but that he said, I am the King of the Jews.
Pilate answered,
What I have written.
When the soldiers had crucified Jesus, they took his clothes and divided them into 4 shares, a share for each soldier. They also took his tunic, but the tunic was seamless, woven in one piece from the top down. So they said to one another, in order that the passage of Scripture might be. Then he said to the disciple,
Behold,